Hi everyone, Lord Crew here, and welcome to my channel. So the topic for today is about a weekend rank meta deck called Control Light. So without further guys, let's proceed. So I just personally call it a Zealous Control Light because of the concept of having a Zealous March on the light deck. And technically, for unknown reason, even though there's only two casting costs, seven casting costs, it's all already considered as a control light, not a mid range or not an aggro. And what I like about this deck, this is like more about the concept of the core refresh. Like finally, after for a long period of time, light are gonna having a comeback now. And the good thing is there was like a buff creatures that has been released last week, and we all know last week it was like a magic meta were dominated majority by the hatchling magic or the tempo hatchling. Now we have a new meta because majority of the magic last week become so famous or has been nerfed, and now light now is on the spotlight now, and that's like a good news for us. And uh this deck I did not literally invented this deck. I give credit to Upo Hisoka. He's the first player on day one to manage to get 24 out of 25 using this exact same deck, and that's the main reason why he's getting popular. But FYI, I believe he's not one of the pioneer player of building this one. I'm not quite sure because if the good thing is if I go for the full details, as you can see, I managed to get 21 out of 25. But if I go for the full detail, and as you can see, overall there are like 288 matches already. If I click that one and go to the very beginning here, as you can notice, Yogmot is the name that's showing up on the list. It's not Upo Hisoka, but Yogmot. So technically, probably Yogmot did manage to get a game then copied by Upo. So I don't know, but this is what the record shows. Like Yogmot, it's the one who literally played the this deck, and as you can see, it was like followed by other player like Upo, Tridep, and even uh Upo Hisoka here. See, as you can see, Upo Hisoka has been played this one. Uh, so I don't know, but I will give credit to both to for those two players. So if we go back now to the as you say, managed to get 21 out of 25. So if I gonna go back now to the build, so technically, what I like this on this deck is that based on my experience with aggro, is why I prefer this one over aggro. Based on my experience in playing aggro, is that there was a game that you know you were gonna win because you already take the board at the early round. But there are times like if you pass six casting costs or seven casting costs and your opponent's still alive, uh or like the match is still close, you might have like lose the tempo or lose the game because you have no more, you will not have any more a high casting cost card that will save you. And that's the main reason why I like the Zealous March here. So at first I played Zealous March wrongly. I thought like he will fill the board with 2 acolyte, and then only the acolyte will give protect, until like one of my until one of my viewers mentioned to me during my live stream, telling me, no, why did you not play Zealous? It will also buff your Highborn Knight. And I was like, huh? So I managed to get a 14 wins first before I realized like, oh, I playing it Zealous March wrongly. And then I realized like, oh, Zealous March is way more better. Okay, so technically, if it's already turn 7, I have like big creature. I can give them protect, and then I will summon more acolyte with protect. And that's like I realized like, oh, I thought like what I do is I clear my board, I will do trade, and then on my, if I have the empty board, then I will play Zealous of March. So if you have creature or without creature, it means like you can like play Zealous of March. And the good thing is what I like most, and I enjoyed me most, is playing the Prayer of Desperate or Asterius after the Zealous of March. Literally, all those 2-2 will be buffed. It will become 4-4 with Protect and such. And technically, you can like kill your opponent on next turn. And I really love that one. So if you watch my video about the Zealous March, Desperate, Prayer, like Zealous plus Prayer, OTK combo, it was like so amazing. What a good experience. Now, let's go about now the playstyle. See, as you can see, it's this deck is not a budget. Technically what the creator did, he used the best of the best one casting cost and put it in the deck. We will never go wrong with Netherborn because Netherborn is one of the best one casting costs because he has the greatest stats, 2 and 3 health. Okay? And the good thing is, compared with Wild Hug, he has no confuse. Raider are good versus Magic. So that's why it's been added here, I believe. And Shield Bearer, it's been buffed last time and it can give you +1/+1. Still, before it was 0/1, the plain old shield bearer now came back, and we all know shield bearer is one of the most OP and powerful one casting costs. Imagine, and then vexing vicar is literally one of the OP one casting costs. Imagine protect, ward, and frontline. This is a good card. Not even in the early round, even will save you on the late game. Imagine your opponent has a 8/8. You just play vexing vicar, and then that opponent 8/8 will have to attack the vexing Vicar because he has frontline, protect, and ward. It's hard to kill, literally. You have to attack two creatures just like to kill him. It will save you in late game also and super OP on the early round, especially my favorite first turn I mentioned here is Vexing Vicar and Shield Bearer. Okay. And then imagine that that's first turn. On second turn, you can pop it with Field Fairly Janissary. And on third turn, you can like pop it with Militant Aegis. Okay. So my favorite first turn play always are either Vexing Vicar plus Shield Bearer, Pyramid Warden. You will never go with Pyramid Warden, and we all know Pyramid Warden are being played either in aggro or in control deck. And because you're like both at the same time, you're like aggressive in early and also a little bit control. He's a good candidate here. And sometimes I play him, especially versus aggressive deck like nature and war. Especially war. War will literally spend a lot of creatures before he kill Pyramid of Warden. Okay. The only downside with Pyramid Warden of his afterlight ability, sometimes if your opponent get lucky, he will return Vanguard Axuman or anything with Blitz. Okay. And my another favorite first turn is Mace of Calling because as you notice, this is not like the best. I think the best common weapon still is Enduring Shield, but I like him because he has like 3 durability for 2 casting costs and he give you 1 card. A 1 casting cost Acolyte. Okay? And I play him first because why you always play Mace in first turn rather than creature because if you're like a first player, technically if you play a creature, uh you don't need to attack, right? There's nothing to attack. That's why playing Vanguard Axwoman in first turn, if you're a first player, it's like a dead play because you ignore the blitz, right? So better to play Mace of Calling and then use it because consider Mace of Calling as a creature. He cannot because he has no blitz, a weapon without blitz means you can use it, attack it next turn. So better to play Mace of Calling first before your creature, especially if you have anyway no other first play. I always go for a Mace of Calling, then followed by Drider or Netherborn, because at least if my opponent play anything that is 2/2, I can attack it or combo it with Vanguard and then Mace. But if you have both Mace and Pyramid, I will go for Pyramid first, followed by Mace of Calling. Okay, I have like that play on my live stream, so kindly watch it out. So uh what I like most, as you can notice, the most three casting cost common in the old days are the Region of Dawn and Light Levy. And as you can notice, there's no Light Levy here and no Region of Dawn. Why? Because I believe the Light Levy are only good early round, but in the mid game or late game, it's already a dead card. Why? Because usually on mid game and late game, majority of the creature has more than two strength. And if And the good thing is because light, if you're facing light versus light, because of there are lots of buff here, like +1/+1. Technically, your opponent might have no two strength. All light level are good versus Pyramid Warden, right? But as you can see, I you have like also Sonyan against especially against All Seeing Eye and Pyramid Warden also. Uh, Now they replace it wrong path. Wrong path, it's not literally a creature remover, but I used wrong path as a delay my opponents. Because any creature that you return will not on the hand but on the top of deck means you preventing him to draw additional cards. So he will still have the same card count. Usually I use wrong path, good versus guild enforcer with the big health strength minion. Because if for example he play 5/5, I will like put it back. So he missed a turn because he play a 5/5. Now he gonna repeat itself, and then me have advantage to uh so for example he play a frontline guild enforcer. I have like rather than trade to kill guild enforcer, I will return it, attack, gain favor, and then set up my board to buff him more. And then once he casts it again, then that's my time for something like more on delaying your opponent's turn, especially for those big health minions of your opponent. And the good thing is, wrong path, even your opponent has ward, it will not be because pull an enemy creature is not been affected by ward, so it cannot be cancelled by ward. So that's what I like. Wrong path. I have a gameplay that he played a 9/9 with ward. I just return it. So just delay the game. I told him, okay, return. I will just focus on attacking. Okay. So Highborn, one of the most, as you can see, everything you notice here, they played here based on the best creature on that casting cost. So you can see all of the best one casting cost, best of the two casting costs, best of the four casting costs, and such. And that's why this is not a budget because this is like literally an expensive, especially Highborn Knight, uh, Highborn, especially Highborn Knight. That's the only one, and Netherborn Binder. Both of them are expensive. Some player uh play canonize, but I like Prayer of Desperate because you have lots of one and two casting costs. Means on turn 5, I can like buff him more and also a good combo with Zealous March here. So as you can see, so replacement, I already put it here. Highborn to Holy Enchanter, Pyramid, Olympian, Inquisitor, Prayer of Desperate. If you don't have, you can go canonize. Wrong path, like Levy. And must have for me is like Vexing Vicar, Mace of Calling, Militant, and Zealous of March. This literally, I believe, all light must have, even you are aggro or non-aggro. Okay. So thank you so much guys for watching. There's no playtest. This will be literally the end of the video. But if you want to watch the how I played this one during the weekend rank, please see the description. There's a link on my previous day one weekend rank where I played this one. I managed to get on that day one. I managed to get 14 wins and one loss. So I have like a good win rate there. Uh, Okay, the main reason why I never managed to get 23 or 22, I have like a two disconnection during my day 2 of playing weekend rank. If you watch my previous stream, I disconnect twice and I really lost the weekend. Lost two games there. Considered lost two games. Okay. So thank you so much for your thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, kindly please subscribe and like and see you next time and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.